Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Welcome back to another What's for Dinner, where I'm gonna share 3 easy and delicious meals with you. For our first meal this week, we are making a creamy broccoli and cheddar soup. This is a copycat version of Panera's soup. I love this soup at Panera, so I have a feeling this one's gonna be a good one. This is a really easy meal. It's only gonna take about 30 minutes. I'm gonna have Steven come help me chop some stuff.
Boo!
So we're gonna get, I'm gonna shred this cheese, he's gonna chop the onion, and we'll get everything chopped up, then we'll go put it in the Dutch oven, and it's that simple. So I am shredding the carrots. The directions say to just chop them up along with the broccoli, and then you end up using either an immersion blender or a actual blender at the end of the process. I don't want to do that. That just seems like a huge mess. I don't have an immersion blender, first of all, and I don't want to have to pour my soup into a blender and then back into a pot. So I'm just going to kind of do that beforehand, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to really shred this up super fine, and then I'm going to cut up the broccoli super fine too. I've got my Dutch oven heated to about medium heat. I'm adding in about 2 tablespoons of butter. We're gonna let that melt down before we saute our onions. We're just gonna soften this up for a couple of minutes. Now I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of butter in. I've got 1/4 cup of flour. I'm gonna sprinkle this over. We're gonna whisk this together for about a minute before we add in our chicken broth. I've got 2 cups of chicken broth. I'm gonna add about half of that now. Add in the rest. Now I'm going to add in 2 cups of half and half. I'm just going to whisk this pretty often, but we're going to let this cook for a couple of minutes. We're going to make sure that there's no flour lumps in here. I think we're good. Now I'm going to add in my 2 carrots that I've shredded. And I'm adding in my broccoli. I've got 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of ground mustard, and 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm also going to add in some salt and pepper. I'm going to reduce the heat to about medium-low, and we're going to let this simmer for about 15 minutes or so. That's just to really soften up these vegetables. One thing I forgot to mention, you want to make sure you come over here and stir it every couple of minutes while it's cooking. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes and we are ready for the cheese. It calls for 2 cups of shredded cheese. I'm just going to add it in a handful at a time and stir it around. And if this gets too thick, which I have a feeling it's going to, we can always add in a little more chicken broth to thin it out. I'm going to reserve a little bit of the cheese to go on top. So it's pretty thick, which we want a thicker consistency, but we do want to thin this out just a little bit, so I am going to add some more chicken broth. We're doing things a little bit differently. Y'all really like it when I give my opinion too, so we thought we would put y'all on the tripod and test it out. Cole has already tested it out, and Cole, what did you say? You should have heard him. He took one bite and he was like, wow.
Yeah, this looks
It looks amazing, yes.
Man. Wow.
That's better than Panera.
I am so glad you did not put this in the blender or whatever it said it was going to do, because that would have just been really weird. But this is
perfection.
Amazing. Yes.
It's got teeny tiny little chunks of the broccoli in it, but it's really soft. And it's raining and kind of cold outside tonight, so this is the perfect dinner.
Job.
Tonight for our second meal, we're making something that's really easy, and it just so happens to be Cole's 15th birthday. We're really excited. My mother-in-law is coming over. We're going to be making this really easy, almost like deli style dinner. We're having chicken bacon ranch wraps and a Mediterranean orzo salad. Let's get started. This salad is really easy to prepare, and I'm preparing it a little ahead of time just so we can put it in the fridge and let it chill until it's time to eat. I definitely don't need all of this onion. I just need just a little bit, just enough for about 2 tablespoons of chopped onion. I think I'm just going to use about half of this cucumber as well. Kalamata olives here, and it says to roughly chop them, but I bought the kind that's already been pitted and they're already halved, so I don't think I'm going to chop those anymore. I'm just going to chop up a little bit of this fresh parsley and then we're done. I'm just going to cook my orzo pasta according to package directions. I've got a cup of pasta. This will cook for or boil for 8 to 10 minutes, and then we will drain it and rinse it to cool it down. Okay, while our orzo is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and put our thick sliced bacon onto this broiler pan that we've lined with aluminum foil. And this is for the chicken bacon ranch tortilla wraps that we're doing. We're gonna cook them now, even though it's not time to eat. We want these to have time to cool down as well. We don't wanna put hot bacon onto a wrap that everything else is cold. Okay, so I'm doing 2 strips of bacon per wrap. I'm gonna go ahead and make our ranch dressing too. You could definitely use bottled ranch dressing, but we just like the taste of making it from the powder better. So I've been using this the last few times I've made my ranch, and I really love it. It has all the markings on the side. I need a half a cup of milk. I need a half a cup of mayo, and I need about 1.5 tablespoons of my ranch powder. This is going in the fridge for about 30 minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and put the bacon in the oven and drain the orzo. This is going in at 425, and we're just gonna keep an eye on it. I'm gonna start adding in my veggies. I've got my cucumbers and my tomatoes. I've also got my red onion, my Kalamata olives, fresh chopped parsley, now I'm going to add in some crumbles of feta cheese. Adding in a little bit of dried oregano, about 1/4 teaspoon, some salt and pepper, a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, and a couple of tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Before I put this in the fridge, I do want to taste it just to see if the seasonings are right or if we need some more vinegar. You know, I want a little more kick. I'm gonna add a little more vinegar. Okay, so I'm just chopping up some tomatoes to go on our wrap. I've got our tortillas. These are spinach tortillas. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is lay down some lettuce. And this is deli chicken breast. I had them cut it at the deli. It's just oven roasted chicken breast. Birthday boy.
What's that?
He decided he would do a taste test tonight since it's his birthday, so you gonna sniff it? Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't have to reach out. You're in the frame, bud. So just. All right, taste your salad too.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
You like this?
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Is it a good birthday dinner, bud?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna give it a shot too. That is good. Very light.
No, Cole, you like salads and stuff, right?
Funny story. Ever since Cole's been little, he loves salads. He prefers salads to sweets or anything else. There's a pizza buffet place here in town. Anytime we go there, all he wants to do is get the salad bar. I have to beg him, even now, please go get some pizza too. Like, seriously, he loves salads.
So, what's your favorite thing, Cole, about this particular meal?
I really like the bacon in this. It's bacon. Hold on. Adding bacon to anything is just, it makes it amazing.
Yes, it
It's
does.
just-
Bacon makes everything better. This is really good. It's a great light option. I can see me making this salad for like 4th of July get together this summer. It's a really good one. It's our last meal of the week, which means it's subby supper night. If you're new to my channel, subby supper is just where my subscribers, my subbies, send in their family favorite recipes and we give it a try. If you would like to submit your family's favorite recipe, go ahead and email me at mandyinthemaking2018@gmail.com. Tonight's subby supper is called Sweet and Spicy Sausage. We're really excited to try this one. It sounds right up our alley, and it comes from Lisa. Lisa is married to Jeff. They will be celebrating 15 years this year, and they have 2 beautiful daughters. They have Lily and Reagan. She said they live in St. Louis, Missouri, and she just recently found my channel and has been trying several recipes, and they love it. She said this one is a big family favorite, so thank you so much for sending it in. Let's get started. To go along with our sweet and spicy sausage, we are gonna make some rice, but I want this rice to not just be plain white rice cooked in water. I'm gonna boil it in chicken broth. I've got this large skillet heated to about medium-high heat. I'm gonna add just a tablespoon of butter and a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna start adding in my veggies. I've got my sweet onion that has been sliced, my bell peppers. In her recipe, it said to use 2 green bell peppers, but I only had a green and red on hand, so that's what we're using. Gonna add in my garlic and our smoked sausage. This has been cooking down for quite a while. We're gonna add some brown sugar. She said 1 to 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna add closer to 3 because we are gonna do a little more sauce, just so we have plenty of sauce for our rice. And now I'm gonna add in about 3 tablespoons of water. This is just to help dissolve the brown sugar. She said you could use just regular barbecue sauce if you wanted to, but they love this one. I found this one at Walmart. It's the Honey Chipotle Barbecue Sauce by Sweet Baby Ray's. She said to use about 1/2 cup, so I'm gonna do a little more than 1/2 cup. And she said she always uses the very, very teriyaki sauce, which is what we had on hand already anyway. You're gonna use about half of the amount that you did of the barbecue sauce, so around 1/4 cup. Now we're just gonna let this heat through, and then it'll be time to eat. Time to eat.
Time to do this. This was good.
This was so easy. Oh, that's good. It's got some tanginess to it, but that brown sugar. Oh, that's good.
Sweet and tangy. It's balanced. It's not too tangy, not too sweet. It's perfect. Just a little bit of spice from the barbecue sauce. So you get a little bit of that sweet, spicy, tangy flavor. It's really good.
That is delicious. She mentioned too that you could also add like beans to this, like maybe some chili beans, or I mean, you could do a lot of different things with this. I feel like you could kind of change it up however you want to, but this sauce is perfect. Well, Lisa, thank you so much for sending this in. This is definitely a hit, and I love how simple this was. It took like no time whatsoever. So this is gonna be a keeper for us, for sure. Cole will be in here in just a minute, and when he gets in here and tests, we'll see if he throws some thumbs up in there. Lisa, he likes it a lot. And that's it for this week's What's for Dinner. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, as that really does help out my channel. And if you haven't already, I would love for you to join my YouTube family. Consider hitting that red subscribe button below. And if you really love what you see and you don't want to miss anything, hit that little bell right next to it and it'll notify you anytime I have a new video. Thanks, y'all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Here's your dukes coming right up. Yay!
That could have gone terribly bad. I feel like I have a hair. I do.
You do have hairs.
Shut up. I think I got it. Okay, ready?
Yep.
It's our last wheel of the meek.
That's in the book.
Chop that pepper.
Bloopers right there on my hand.